In this video, we are going to look at a second method on how we can calculate unearned interest and our payment amount, our payoff amount. Here, the unearned interest, the method that we are going to use is going to be called the rule of 78. And so here we need to use the same kind of information. What was our original finance charge? How many payments are there after our current payment? What was the number of originally scheduled payments? If all of that is known, then the amount of unearned interest is K times K plus 1 divided by N times N plus 1 times that finance charge. Great, so that original interest amount. And our payoff amount is calculated as before, just like we did in our last video. We take K plus 1 times R. So that's the total amount that we'd pay if we continued to make our monthly payments, but then we will subtract from that the unearned interest. All right, so we are going to go through the same example that we did last time, only now we are going to find the unearned interest using the rule of 78 instead of using the actuarial method. Pieces of information that you would need to know for this that weren't provided explicitly was the amount borrowed, was $400. The amount of interest was $36, and paid off over 18 months. All right, so if we go through this and we are going to find out what is our finance, our unearned interest. So our value for K, the number of payments that they have left, they were going to make 18 payments. They've already made 5. They're getting ready to make one. And so after this one, they have 12 payments left. The value for N, the total number of payments that they're going to make, is 18 if they don't pay it off early. And the amount financed, or not the amount financed, the finance charge, the total amount of interest that they are paying and other fees is 36. And so to calculate their unearned interest, they're going to take the 12 times 12 plus 1 divided by 18 times 18 plus 1 times 36. And if you evaluate that, you end up with $16.42. Great, so that is the unpaid interest using the rule of 78. So the payoff amount using the unearned interest from the rule of 78, it's going to be K plus 1 times R minus U. Now here we did not calculate the value of R, but the value of R is 400, the total amount that we financed, plus the 36 over 18. So that value of R is 2422. You can watch our previous video to see how we did that. And so we will have 12 plus 1 times 2422. And then we are going to subtract 1642. And so if we do all that, we will get a total of $298.44. If we want to pay this off today, it's $298.44. That's if our unearned interest was calculated using the rule of 78. I think that's a quicker, easier calculation to do, but if we compare that to our trickier calculation, we're going to actually pay a little bit more. So here, the unearned interest using our actuarial method that we saw in our last video was 24, and so to pay it off today, it's $290.86 as compared to $298.44. So we'll save about $8 if we use this slightly trickier method if our unearned interest was calculated in this other way. All right, that's all I have for you for today. Come back for our next video, and we will look at more financial math. We'll see you then.